I'm sending him a 4-page letter, and I enclosed it with a kiss. I knew he better get it on time.
Good risings, good people. How are we? Leave it down in the comment section below because I would love to know. Honey, let me just tell you, I already recorded this video through a whole bunch of chaos. Like, today is Monday. I recorded this video either Thursday or Friday and lost the whole majority of the footage. Like, ciao. So I'm having to re-record the video for y'all. Hopefully baby girl does better than she did in the original video, because the original video that I recorded, baby girl wasn't happy. The dogs were going crazy. The trash people came and they were irritating the dog outside, and then he was going crazy, and then the other dog outside was going crazy, and then the dogs inside were going. It was just a mess, honey. Like, I mean a mess. So hopefully this video turns out better. Oh, and then my camera kept on. So I went ahead and did my eyebrows to kind of cut down on some time and cut down on some steps, because my second trimester, it's not too much to talk about in terms of length, because it was a lot more going on in my second trimester in terms of like the emotions and things like that. Like, stuff really started to take a turn. But you know, it's not as lengthy as the first trimester because I started kind of getting into the groove of stuff. So let's go ahead and just get right on into it. Like I said, I already did my eyebrows, so I'm gonna do my base. I'm doing something simple because, babes, listen, I don't want this video to be like the first time when I originally done it. So we're doing something simple, but we're just gonna add a pop of color into the waterline, just to, you know what I'm saying, do a little something different. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in with our foundation. I'm using my Fenty Beauty as always in the shade 384. This is from the Pro Filter line, and it is a matte finish. I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to put it on today. Yes girl. I love talking to her. Like, she is so talkative. I love it so much. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna go straight in, put this on. So like I said, my second trimester, stuff started to take a turn. The last video, I think we ended up finishing off around Christmas time, and you know, that was cool. Christmas is cool. And literally, like, not long after, stuff just started to go haywire. So yes, you were in my tummy. Well, you were not in my tummy, you were in my freaking uterus. Okay, so this is like when the depression started settling in, like crazy, to be honest. Stuff was going smooth. We had decided on a gender reveal theme because I'm a sucker for a good theme, okay? And honestly, the majority of this second trimester is going to be about the gender reveal. So we decided on a theme, and we also decided on a location. So the location that we chose was Flame's auntie's backyard, her and her husband's backyard. Super cool, such a vibe, and that's where we decided that we were going to have the gender reveal, right? So I am pretty much planning the entire gender reveal by myself. Which honestly and truthfully, you, in my opinion, when you're pregnant, you shouldn't be doing anything by yourself. Like, you shouldn't. Like, you really shouldn't. Nonetheless, I was doing the whole shebang by myself up until the day before the gender reveal. So I'm ordering things and getting it in, and the majority of the gender reveal was like DIY stuff. And so, which honestly I feel like for a lot of things that you're going to be hosting or anything like that, I think there's going to be an element of DIY in it unless you outsource help and pay for it. So a lot of it was DIY. Specifically, I'll give an example. Or one of the, it was a prop but also like a serving type of thing. I made like Kiss inspired mannequin heads or whatever, and I had to hand paint them, right? And babes, it took so much out of me. Like, it really did, because it wasn't like makeup. I had to use paint, so I had to do layers, wait for it to dry, do layers, wait for it to dry. And because I was using styrofoam mannequin heads, styrofoam has those like crevices. It's not smooth. It was a lot. It was a lot. So it's Guns N' Roses theme, and everything wasn't super rock inspired because we had to throw in like some of those feminine elements. The majority of the feminine elements were roses. So we were scheduled to find out the gender the day before the gender reveal, and originally I wanted us to not know. I wanted somebody else to like hold the gender or whatever, and then, you know, we find out at the gender reveal with everybody else so that the reaction was, you know, genuine. But Flame was like, no, I want to know ahead of time. And since it was the day before anyways, I was just like, well, I'm not going to react genuinely by myself, like, you know what I'm saying? So we both ended up finding out the day before the gender reveal. However, before then, like I said, stuff was really cool for the most part. Before the gender reveal, I think the week before, I get a DM from a little Miss Ma'ams being some type of way. I was just like, what are the odds that during my pregnancy you come up in my DMs talking crazy and being disrespectful and just being weird? Initially it was just weird because it's just like, why are you even DMing me? But then it got to a point of like disrespect, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, listen honey, like I'm not here for this. Like, I'm really not here for this at all. And I let it be known, like, I'm not here for this. So honestly, that like blew the hell out of me, to be completely honest. And at the same time, I'm hand painting these mannequins for the gender reveal. I'm planning this whole event. So 2 things that you shouldn't be doing when you're pregnant is stressing, okay, and going back and forth with no, okay, like you just shouldn't. And I use that word instead of hoes because, babes, hoes get paid, okay? Hoes get paid. Sluts, on the other hand, not so much. You fuck for free, okay, babes? So there's a difference, honey. There's a difference. And I let her know that shit, like, very much so. So she comes in my DM, she talking crazy or whatever, and I'm trying to plan this whole event, babes. Like, I already got a lot on my plate. So as I'm trying to plan this event or whatever, I start getting some of the worst pain of my life, y'all. Like, of my life. I had the worst back and shoulder pain, and I was kind of working through it, dealing with it, working through it, dealing with it, until I literally couldn't anymore. So I'm at work or whatever, and I couldn't even reach my phone. I couldn't reach down to open a drawer. I couldn't reach over the counter to get the clipboard. Like, I couldn't move my arm and back. Like, there was no mobility in that area. So I ended up, here's the dog's going crazy. So I ended up leaving work or whatever, and it happened to be the day that old girl came in my DMs. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's a good thing, because I'm sitting up here getting irritated because this girl is talking crazy or whatever, and the whole time I'm like trying to keep it together, you know what I'm saying? But she in my DMs like just going crazy. I'm in pain, I'm irritated, I'm about to lose it. So I ended up leaving work because I couldn't do anything anyways. I'm going in with my Revolution makeup, conceal and define foundation in F12 to do my regular concealer routine. So, dogs, I'm sorry if y'all hear them. I'm really trying to get through this so my camera don't die and she don't start fussing. She seemed like she cool enough today. So I ended up leaving work. I'm in pain or whatever, and I messaged my doula and let her know, you know, what's going on, how I'm feeling, whatever. And so she suggests that I go see a chiropractor. So she sends me information for the chiropractor that she recommended me to, and we get there and the lady tells me that I can't be seen that day. I won't be able to be seen by her until the next day. And then the next day was gonna be a consultation for me to see her regularly throughout my pregnancy. So, I'm sorry y'all, they are distracting me. Okay, where did I leave off at? I don't know. But anyway, so I was supposed to be going to the chiropractor regularly throughout my pregnancy. However, that option with the chiropractor that my doula recommended me to, Flame was not content with. So we ended up going to a chiropractor whose office was right up the street from the office that I was working at. And I go there the same day. So when I tell you this chiropractor, her energy was so strange and like just so weird. And honestly and truthfully, like, it really didn't even help, at least not that day or the day after. So I think I was out of work for 2 days or like 2.5 days because of this pain. And eventually I just went ahead and went back. I was still sore. So I figured out that the pain that I was experiencing was coming and going because of me pretty much doing this whole event by myself, in terms of like the effort and the physical work of it. I was doing by myself, and that's where the pain was coming from. So when I was painting these mannequin heads, it was taking me hours, y'all, to do, and I was kind of like hunched over doing it. And so that's what was causing me the shoulder and back pain. Now, in the meantime, between time, it was really irritating me because I would tell people this, like, people were like, you know, asking me, oh, how you doing or whatever, and at this time I'm telling them like, I'm in pain, you know what I'm saying, like, this is what I'm experiencing or whatever. And people were real deal like, oh, well, when you're pregnant you just hurt like that. And I'm like, like, this is not pregnancy pain. Like, that's not what I'm experiencing. If it was just normal pregnancy pain, I wouldn't even be complaining about it. I would be at work, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the type of person that I am or whatever. But y'all don't know me like that. Clearly, because I worked through so much pain. I worked through so many obstacles, you know what I mean, that like, if this was just pregnancy pain, if this was just typical uncomfortability that you get whenever you're pregnant, I would be fine. I would be at work. However, that's not the case. That's not what I'm going through. I can't move my arm and shoulder, like, genuinely. So that was kind of like irritating that, like, and this is a pattern that repeats itself throughout my pregnancy, is that people invalidate my experiences. And if my experiences are not being invalidated, they're being minimized. Like, validated but minimized. And that's just like, honestly, it's like a slap in the face. Like, when you're feeling something and somebody's telling you no, you're not, or it's not that bad, or that's just how it is, it's like, thanks. Thanks for being so supportive, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hell. So anywho, yeah, so I'm feeling this pain or whatever. I go see this chiropractor. It doesn't really help like that. And whole time of me going through this, I'm still getting these crazy DMs from this girl. So I end up blocking the girl and start getting messages from a whole nother account. Like, she just made another account and started messaging me from there. Then she followed my business pages and started messaging me from there. And I'm just like, you know what, like, you need to find you something better to do. So people start peeping or whatever, and I'm reaching out to my support system and like, you know, like venting and like explaining what's going on, like what I'm dealing with, and nobody cares. Like, instead I'm getting snapped on. Instead I'm getting talked to crazy. So now here I am in physical pain, okay, stressed out because I'm planning this event, and then emotionally and mentally in pain, as if I'm not pregnant. Like, what? And then in the meantime, between time, like, I'm still trying to just push forward, you know what I mean? So the night before the gender reveal, this is probably like one of the few highlights of my pregnancy. The night before the gender reveal, one of my cousins said that she was coming to Jackson from Corinth. So she asked me if I wanted any slug burgers. Yes, girl. Run them. So she asked me what I want on them. I tell her. She come down to Jackson the day before the gender reveal, drops off like 10 slug burgers, y'all, and then all the toppings are on the side. Like, she just got pretty much every topping on the side. Oh, lovely. Do you hear me? Absolutely, positively lovely. Genuinely, that was probably the highlight. And I should have basked in it longer than what I did, because that same night before the gender reveal, shit hits the fan, y'all. Shit hits the fan. So I'm trying to prep stuff or whatever, you know, the night before, and I probably only got like 3-4 hours of sleep, because that night I'ma just leave it at shit hit the fan. I'ma just leave it at shit hit the fan. The way people were talking to me, the things people were saying to me was so freaking disgusting that it was just like, how do you even fix your lips to say stuff like this? How? And then again, my support system is around witnessing this. Like, I'm literally like bawling my eyes out, crying, because at this point, like, I couldn't hold it together anymore. Like, it's only so much a person in general can take, and it's only so much a person who is pregnant with hormonal imbalances can take, especially when you're getting spoken to the way that you're getting spoken to. When you're getting called every name out the book other than a child of God, other than your name, it's like, how do you expect me to keep it together? I don't understand. I don't understand. When stuff that like you've healed from is getting brought up, how do you expect for me to keep it together? You know what I mean? And again, like I said, my support system was around not being supportive. Like, I'm breaking down because again, I had been holding it together and I literally just could not anymore. Like, I just crumbled, literally. And nobody's saying anything, nobody's doing anything. I couldn't even get a hug, boo. Like, couldn't even get a hug. I'm just going at it, trying to get stuff together for the next day and crying my eyes out. So the next day comes or whatever, and I'm on the phone with my best friend / sister, just like venting. Like, I'm crying as I'm doing my makeup. Like, thank God that the theme was Guns N' Roses and, like, you know, punk rock or whatever, because child, that wing was running as I was putting it on. Like, kid you not, literally. Like, I felt like the makeup that I was doing was just coming off as I was applying it, because I just could not stop crying. I was emotional because she couldn't make it because she had COVID. A lot of my family was not gonna be able to make it. And then the shit that I had just gone through the day before, not even the day before, the same day, the night before. Like, so So I'm pretty much like venting to her, and me and her both are just sitting on the phone just crying, honestly and truthfully, just boohoo crying. And so I'm like, you know, I gotta get it together, gotta go to this gender reveal. And honestly, if I hadn't already planned it and put so much into it, I would cancel it right now. Like, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to be there. So end up getting stuff together or whatever. And mind you too, the planning of this was difficult too, because again, I have a dairy allergy. So I reached out to one of my friends to cater it, and she was super excited about doing it for me. I got asked about it, and I said that the caterer does vegan food. You know, I wanted concession style food because the theme is Guns N' Roses. So I wanted concession style food because that's what they have when you go to concerts. And I'm getting told, oh, we ain't eating no vegan food. And I'm just like, okay, so screw the fact that I have a dairy allergy, and that's why I did it this way. But you know what, whatever. I'm not, that's a battle that I ain't even trying to fight, okay? Like, I'm already going through it with this whole other situation. So you know what, whatever. Like, whatever. The next day comes or whatever, I'm doing last minute get ready things. Oh, Pookie. I'm doing last minute get ready things or whatever. And I'm getting called left and right, getting pulled left and right to greet guests and all this type of stuff. And it's like, girl, I still gotta finish this video, because after the night I had, I didn't even get to do the video the night before, which was my plan. I didn't even get to do the video the night before because all this shit is going on, like and I barely even got any sleep. I'm trying to rush and finish the video or whatever. I'm just like, can somebody else greet the people? Can somebody else answer the door? Like, if people knocking on the door saying that they here for a gender reveal, just let them in and say, hey, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. So the event gets to going or whatever. Honey, I don't have either device on me, y'all. Like, literally don't even have either device on me. My caterer is calling and texting me. I didn't even know until after the fact. I'm greeting people and saying hey and telling people where this go, where that go, and all this type of stuff. Turn around and my caterer is right there, and she was like, I feel your energy. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna set up. Where should I set up? I asked what she should set up. They just said right here. There was a table right behind me. I told her to set up right there. And y'all, before she left, she gave me a hug, and she was like, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. She was like, call me, text me if you need me. And I'm just like, I definitely needed that. Like, definitely needed that. The event is going on or whatever, and I'm trying to like be present, but my emotions are kind of like tick 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 ticking, because I mean, it is what it is. I looked around and there wasn't that many people there for me. The vast majority of the people there were Flame's friends and family. I had one family member there, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 friends out of probably like 30 to 40 people that were there. So, you know, nonetheless, I was grateful that I had support there. It was to the point where, y'all, we were playing a game and no one was getting any questions right except for Ashley. Probably got every question right. And then my coworker friends that were there. And then my cousin was getting the questions right about me as a baby. Other than that, literally no one was getting any questions right. And the questions for the games that we had, I was doing like couples type of questions. Like, who knows mom and dad best? Who knows the couple best? My camera died. Lovely. So I don't really remember where I left off, but I'll tell you about my outfit that I wore for the gender reveal. So for the gender reveal, I'll insert pictures, of course. But for the gender reveal, I wore an I Heart Hot Jazz t-shirt and a denim skirt. So by this point, the bump was bumping, honey. It was hard for me to like find things to wear, and I had a whole outfit picked out, and then I waited to a couple of days before the gender reveal to try things on, and I couldn't fit stuff, y'all. Stuff was not fitting. And I had gone to the mall with my work friends or whatever, which is how I got the t-shirt. I knew I wanted to wear that t-shirt, and I saw a matching t-shirt to get flamed, so we were bookends. But instead his t-shirt said I heart hot moms. I heart hot moms. That's a lot to say for some reason. So yeah, that's what I wore. And I had like this short bob that I did all messy or whatever, and I went for that look because it was kind of a nod to a New Year's Eve look that I had filmed the year prior. So yeah, I wanted to do that same type of look, just different with little modifications. However, since I have locks, the wig wasn't laying like that, and it was hard to get that right. It was just a lot, y'all. The whole shebang was a lot, but it came together the day of, I will say that. So at the gender reveal, everything was pretty cool. It was a little bit chaotic in a sense of like I said, when we were playing games, a lot of people didn't know the answers to stuff, and that was kind of like disappointing, because I was like, me and this man have been together for 4 years at this point, and you guys are getting the majority of the questions wrong. Like, y'all gotta get better. Y'all gotta do better. Like, come on, support system. Y'all supposed to know some stuff. And then when the video was going or whatever, like, nobody would shut up. I don't know what, like, let me tell you a backstory. In school, I was always the kid that used to get so irritated with people just talking, because it's just like, shut up. Like, someone else has the floor. Something else has the floor. Shut up, okay? Shut up. And that was a whole thing at the gender reveal, like, and then we couldn't get it to be as loud as it needed to be. Like, we couldn't get it to play through the speakers, so we were listening to it from the projector, and it wasn't that loud. So I was just like, can y'all please be quiet so that people can hear? I'm talking. Let me go in with my black opal cream to powder foundation, is what I'm gonna start calling this, in the shade 460, and do my cream bronzer routine. So yeah, that was irritating, because I'm just like, y'all please shut up so that people can hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would feel this way if it was going through the speaker, but I'm like this even more because it's not, and you can't really hear like that. So that was the thing. And then the people that were talking over the video, they were trying to name the people that were in the video, and they were getting the names wrong. Like, I'm like, okay, so y'all are getting the stuff wrong for the games, and y'all are also getting the stuff wrong for who people are that are a part of our support system. Like, y'all should know each other, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all grace about the people on my side, because honey, y'all seem like y'all don't be paying attention when I talk anyways. But like, the people on Flame side, like, y'all should know these people, right? No, girl. So that was kind of irritating or whatever. But what really was irritating about that part is the fact that, like, again, I was already trying to give grace about like people not knowing certain people from my side or whatever, but it did hurt just whenever the video is playing and like my family members were on the screen, because a lot of my family members that I have at this point are elderly, like they're on up in age, and you know, I didn't get to record everyone's reactions, but 2 of my aunts and my cousin, they were on the video, and I just kept hearing people say, oh, who is that? Who is that girl? I don't know who that is. And I'm just like, there's 2 sides to this child's family. And if it's someone elderly that you don't recognize, don't you think that it just might be my family, you know what I mean? So that was a little, I don't know if irritating is the right word, hurtful maybe. Oh, and then throughout the gender reveal, there was blues playing. There was blues playing for an alternative themed gender reveal. And if y'all know anything, let me tell y'all, besides decor, what makes a theme is the music selection. And the music was not matching the theme. All my alternative girlies was like, wait a minute, like we dressed to theme thinking that we was gonna hear some, you know, Blink 182, you know what I mean? Like we thought that we was gonna be hearing some like alternative. And I had downloaded all these songs, y'all, and for whatever reason, like it wasn't working and wouldn't play through the speakers. And I was just like, where's the Weezer? Where is, you know, the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Where's the Nirvana? We was there to jam and it was not jamming, okay? And I'm a lover of all music, so I like blues too. That just was not the time and place for blues, okay? Like, it wasn't the time and place for blues. So after the gender reveal, I'd have to say that the after party that was at our house, like the kickback that we had at our crib after the gender reveal, that's where it was at, okay? Then the thing about it is Flame's brother also has different dietary restrictions, and I don't even think that he knew that there was food there that he could eat. And I was like, yeah, this is vegan. And he was like, really? I could have ate. And I was like, yeah, well, you can eat now, because wasn't nobody else really eating. Like my cousin ate that food, 3 of my friends ate that food, and my coworker friends that came, they ate some of it too. And they didn't even know until I told them that, you know, this is here for people with dietary restrictions. But when I told everybody, like, you know, that it was vegan, they were like, thank God, like there's stuff here that I could eat. He didn't know, because typically me and him are always the ones who come to the events and can't eat because there's nothing there that we can eat. So the after party at our house was honestly lit, okay? Everybody was having such a good time. By the time we even made it back to our house and people realized that I had vegan food that they could have eaten, specifically Flame's brother, we all went through, like there was platters left after the event. But when we made it back to the after party or whatever, kickback at our house after the event, y'all, that platter was smashed. Like at least one of the I think 1.5 of the platters was gone. Like, so good time. I was honestly so tired because, like I said, I didn't really get any sleep the night before the event. I'm rocking because I got her on my lap, but I really didn't get much sleep before the event the night before, and so I was honestly tired. But when we made it back to our house, everybody stayed up to almost 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just talking, laughing, having a good time. And like for me, I had a rough few weeks. I think probably like 2 weeks before the gender reveal. Like the depression was depressing, okay? And thank God for May again, because she was there every step of the way. Like, I love her. Like, she is more than a dog to me. Like, I love her so much. I love her so much. Like, she cares about her mama so much. I just needed that good energy. I just needed to just suck it all up and replenish myself and recharge. Like, I didn't even care that it was 2 or 3 in the morning, and people were pointing it out, like, girl, you're not tired? And I'm like, right now, no. I feel so rejuvenated and so recharged because I have people here whose energy I can kind of get with and feed off of. So that was really, really good, and I was so happy about that. While everybody was there, I ended up taking a shower just so I could get comfortable, putting my little nightgown on so that when everybody left, I could just go to bed and sleep good. Finally. So yeah, that was the gender reveal. Let me see what else I have on my notes. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting my base. So let me go in with my Air Slime powder, my holy grail, y'all know. Before I go in with my powder though, I've been seeing the girlies use the triangle powder puffs to blend out their creams. And I don't know if I'm ready to take that leap, but I am gonna use a microfiber sponge to blend. So I'm just using this one from Real Techniques. Give everything a final blend. And normally I would set this part, but y'all, it is 4:25, so I'm not gonna be using set and spray like that. I'm gonna use my powder puff to go in with my air spun though. Set. So around this time too is when I got my gestational diabetes test. And let me just tell y'all, a lot of people make it seem like it's so bad. It's really not. I got the fruit punch flavor and it literally tasted like Kool-Aid. So if y'all are used to having super sweet Kool-Aid, like growing up with super sweet Kool-Aid, which I am, the only way I know Kool-Aid to be is diabetic coma sweet. So yeah, it was not bad at all. I don't know what people be talking about. It genuinely was not bad. So I have no idea what people be talking about at all. I didn't have gestational diabetes, so that was cool. Whenever I made it back to work after the gender reveal, I had some whole more drama with another coworker. So I invited another one of my coworkers to come to the gender reveal. And up until this point, we have been like really cool, super cool to be honest. And she didn't show up, which for me, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like if you can't make it, you can't make it or whatever. But what was strange to me was why she was acting some type of way. Like, I just didn't understand it. Like, girl, where is your animosity coming from? And she was this way throughout the rest of my pregnancy. Like, literally did not speak to me. And the way I found out that she was acting funny or whatever, I would speak to her every morning because again, you know, I would open the office. And so I would speak to her every single morning and she just like literally would not speak back at all. I'm going in with my regular bronzer combo out of the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette and just putting it on my lids. Like not really any type of rhyme or reason, just putting it on my lids. And so I was just like, and at first I thought that she couldn't hear me. So like I would just keep speaking to her. And this went on for probably like a week, y'all. I kid you not. And some of my coworkers, like, we're not morning people, so like, okay, that's cool. But like throughout the day I would speak to her and say stuff like, you know, were you going for lunch or whatever, and she literally would ignore me. So I was just like, okay, well, I ain't gonna speak to you no more. So come to find out, she had been bullying one of my coworker friends, and my friend girl was just like not saying anything about it until one day she just broke down and like could not take it anymore and was boohoo crying. I pressed the issue because like, if you're my friend, I'm not one of those people who just let my friends cry. Like I'm not one of those people who I see that someone close to me is hurting and I'm just not saying anything. I'm not being there for them. Like I'm not one of those people at all. And I think that's why whenever I was going through stuff around my gender reveal, the fact that people were literally in the exact same vicinity as me and they weren't consoling me, asking me if I was okay or like anything like that, it really gets to me because I'm not the type of person that just sits there and see my people hurting mentally, physically, emotionally, and not say anything, not be there for them, not comfort them. So whenever I saw my friend hurting or whatever, and like I could just tell, like I could feel her energy, I asked her about it and she said nothing quite a few times, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not trying to hear that. And so she was like, stop asking me or I'm about to cry. And she started crying. So literally within a couple of minutes, she ended up telling us what was going on or whatever. And I was like, well, now it makes sense as to why she didn't come to the gender reveal. But either which way, I don't get it because you're the source of the problem. Like you're literally 27 years old bullying a 21-year-old. What is your problem? What is your problem? That's crazy, okay? That's crazy. So The fact that she wasn't talking to me honestly made stuff easier for me. Now, what I wasn't feeling was, I guess once she got the understanding that I knew what she was up to, she thought that she was gonna bully my friend in front of me, and that was, no, not gonna happen. So I ended up telling my manager, and not like snitching or anything like that, but like she asked me my opinion about a situation, and I told her, like, she be back there talking and carrying on. Patience and Patient's parents are picking up on it, and yeah, like, we can't have a cohesive, peaceful work environment because her attitude sucks, okay? Literally sucks. So I guess whenever this happened, you know, like I said, she was trying to bully my coworker friend in front of me, and I was just like, who are you talking to? And then she tried to say something along the lines of, well, that's what the doctor said. Girl, no, she didn't. Okay? She just came up here and said something completely different. So I don't know where you're getting the information from. And honestly, you just saying that because you think that she's just gonna do what you say. And typically she does that to keep the peace, but not today, babes. Like, you're not gonna do it in front of me and then I'm not gonna say something. Like, no, not gonna happen. So for the most part, that was pretty much my second trimester. A lot of it was the gender reveal and all the stuff that was going on with the gender reveal. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Those few weeks was a lot, y'all. Like, genuinely a lot. Like, honey, like I said, I'm not even gonna hold you. It was a lot. But like I said, I'm glad that I had May, because she was just amazing, y'all. Like, if y'all have dogs, honey, they are so sweet. And mine specifically, she is definitely more than a dog to me. I'm gonna mix Zubbo and McKee out of the Masquerades palette and put it on my bottom waterline. But yeah, May is definitely more than a dog to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, and let me say this too. For the gender reveal, those mannequins that I spent so much time hand making, only one of them got used. So they were supposed to get used as like, again, servers for the fruit. We put fruit on skewers and they were supposed to go into the mannequin heads like mohawks. Girl, only one of them got used. So it was like, I experienced pain, but no reason. I feel like this is showing up pink on camera. Hold on. Because the vanity had turned off. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze with, you know, my Holy Grail bronzer combo. Y'all, I just started hitting pan. It's so satisfying, but at the same time, it's like, second trimester was just like, I'm really pregnant. People are really showing their true colors, honey. I'm not even gonna lie, that was pretty much my second trimester. People is really showing their true colors. I'm really pregnant. And I just felt like I had so much weight on me because I started to like question if I was making the right decisions. I started to get like really in my head about a lot of stuff because I was just like, man, bringing a baby into this world is a lot because they genuinely did not ask to be here. Like, they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to go through this. You know what I mean? And they're just so innocent. Like, this stuff that they're entering into, like, it's like, you had this going on before I came. You know what I'm saying? So, I had a lot on my mind during my second trimester. Like, it was like, okay, the cutesy part of it is like over with for me. Like, this is somebody's life that we talking about right here. And I just felt like everybody that was so excited in my first trimester weren't pulling through for me in that second trimester. Like, it was just all about the cutesy and stuff like that. And I'm just like, babes, I'm going through it. And ain't nobody here with me through this process like they was acting like they were going to be. And that was really starting to settle in for me. And I guess foreshadowing a lot of things that were to come. I'm gonna just say it like that. I'm gonna set everything with my Milani Even Touch Powder Foundation in the color Caramel with a big fluffy brush. And then I'm gonna go in with my go-to highlighter, the Crayon Cases Honor Roll. I'm gonna put that on my brow bone and inner corner. I know the girlies are saying that brow bone highlights are out, but like, I'm here for it. A lot, like, depending on how natural we're going, I might not put it, but I'll be here for it, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's just it for me. The inner corner, we can debate about, but that brow bone, especially on melanated skin, it's just it. It's literally just it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention this too. So at the gender reveal, I wore heels, right? Like some just black faux leather boots over the, are they over? Yeah, they were over the knee, that I had not had a chance to wear up until this point, and they were fine. Like, I wore them pretty much the whole night until we started opening gifts. The only reason I took them off then was because it was raining, which is another part. I'm glad I'm still here talking to y'all. It started raining like right at the start of the gender reveal, and the gender reveal was supposed to be outdoors, and it ended up being indoors last minute, and all the decor was outside. So all the stuff that I really worked hard on got rained on. Lovely. If y'all, you know, listened up until now and was like, dang girl, like your mannequin heads didn't get used and that's what caused you pain and this and that, I DIY'd a whole bunch of stuff, and the rest of the stuff was outside and got rained on. So when I came inside and saw that there was only one mannequin head being used, I was like, glorious. Rained on all the stuff that I made. We ended up having to have it inside. So like I said, I wore some black over the knee boots, comfortable, right? Changed into some like clunker boots or whatever. And y'all, literally that following week, I started noticing that I was experiencing swelling, and I was like, okay, this ain't right. And so I was like, maybe it's just because I be up on my feet at work or whatever. Girl, no, time went on and the swelling was getting worse and worse and worse. Again, when I start sharing my experience with people, they're like, oh, that's what happens when you get pregnant. Girl, no. I tell my doctor and he's like, oh, you're either eating too much salt or drinking too much water. Okay, I'm going in with the Big Shot Colossal by Maybelline as my new mascara. And I'm like, dude, no, nah. And this is all that he said after me expressing, and him saying, oh, it's no big deal, you're fine. Super dismissive, okay? Like, extremely dismissive, as if there was absolutely nothing wrong. And again, if y'all remember my last video, my gut did not like this man. And so him telling me that I'm fine, you know, being dismissive and things like that was just red flags, red flags, red flags. And then the people that were working in his office were even like, girl, you swelling up. Like, your feet and ankles is, yeah. Then he even tried to say it was my shoes that I was wearing. Y'all, I was wearing boots and like clogs, almost similar to Crocs, the majority of the time that he saw me. They're Champion Super Melossos. I'll insert a picture. And that's what I wore most of the time that he saw me, because those were the shoes I wore to work. And he was saying that it was my shoes. And I'm like, What? No, it's not. This is something else. This is literally something else. Being dismissive. Literally being dismissive. I'm gonna line my lips with Ruby Kisses Auto Lip Liner in Cocoa. So keep that in your brain for the next video, okay? That's some really important information. I'm sure if you know anything about pregnancy, you can kind of guess what happened, but yeah, keep that in your brain. Girl, them puppies are down there throwing a fit, okay? I'm gonna go in with this random clear lip plumping lip gloss. I already lined my lips. I finished off my bottom mascara. I'm not gonna do lashes today because at this point it's 4:52. I'm just gonna put this lip gloss on. And yeah, that was pretty much my whole second trimester. I'm just gonna speed through real quick. So second trimester in a nutshell. Shit started to hit the motherfucking fan, okay? I had my gender reveal and it didn't go to plan, but it was still, you know, a decent time. The after party is where it was hitting, okay? I had that random shoulder, well not random, after I figured out what caused it, but I had that shoulder and back pain that everybody tried to minimize. Went to the chiropractor, and even though she was weird and had weird energy, she was like, yeah girl, I feel everything that's going on up in here. Have you ever had this done before? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh wow, you got a lot going on. So I was surrounded by negative energy for like a consistent 2 weeks and felt like I didn't really have anybody to talk to about it, because what it was that I would have been talking about was extremely embarrassing, okay? And so I was pretty much just dealing with it by myself and dealing with it in a way that didn't really make sense, to be honest. So just doubled down on the negative energy that I was already feeling. I got my slug burgers, okay? The depression really started to settle in. May was there for me along the whole entire ride. My girl. I was no longer able to have the bump honey because she was bumping. I had my gestational diabetes test and everything went great. And then I had that drama with my coworker that was just like, what the F? And to top it all off, I started experiencing swelling. So that was my second trimester in a nutshell. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down below. This is the look that we came up with for today. Clear gloss with a little liner, honey. Yes ma'am. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, y'all can always reach out to me if y'all are pregnant, know anybody that's pregnant, need some resources, some help, got any questions, hit up my DMs on Instagram, okay? I will make sure that I respond. And until next time, I'll see y'all in my next video, okay? Bye.